Yeah guys, what's going on? Welcome back. It is episode number 3 of the Summer Career. I hope you guys are doing well. What a win for Reading in our last game, man. 5-0 at home to Shrewsbury Town. It's 5 wins in 7 now, but we're still outside the top 2 in League 1 right now. I can already tell it's going to be such a competitive first season out of Medeski, as we were expecting loads of games to get through today, more in the league, and with our first EFL Trophy game as well against League 2 Forest Green Rovers too. So there's loads of stuff to get through today, man. We're going to crack straight on. Our first game is Oxford United, the U's away at the Cheltenham, aiming to extend our unbeaten run and possibly go in the top 2 for the first time this season. Come on, you Royals. So for those wondering who Reading's main rivals may be, they're actually, I think, pretty sure, the only side in professional football right now within England from Berkshire. So no what you'd call, very close local rivals. However, Oxford United probably are their main rivals right now in the EFL, alongside Swindon Town too. So this really will be our first rival game, if you will. As Pereira makes a good save there, but yeah, there's not a side that's too close to them in the professional ranks to be a main rival. It's one of the things that makes them quite a likeable team, because there isn't really like a main rival, if you will, that would have major beef with them. There's Sam Smith gets around his man, and he's denied as we go in search of the first goal at the Cheltenham. Still 0-0. Good start for that shot on target, but on the back of a 5-0 win, how'd you follow on from that? Oh, I'll take any sort of win. Having said that, we could see another side from Berkshire in the Football League soon. Maidenhead United. They currently play in the National League, so only one tier below the 4th tier, League 2. But for now, again, only side in Berkshire right now. And we're doing our best to rep the region and get us up to the Championship. Femi with the opener, 1-0 Reading. Final chance for the U's, deep into stoppage time. Ref allowing play to continue. Shoot, I dare you. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. 7th minute of stoppage time, man. I tell you, I notice it more and more in this year's FC. Late goals, and when I say late, I mean well past midnight. It is unbelievable. 7th minute, and that's when we can see the equaliser. Unbelievable. It's always been the case, but now more than ever before, proof you cannot switch off into the final whistle. Following game, Barnsley at home aim to return to winning ways here. Come on, you Royals. So second half underway. First half, we had a lot of the ball. I just couldn't hit the target with my shots. As Charlie makes a wonderful little turn there. Ball's, just a little over here. But yeah, it's that final touch is missing at the moment. That final touch, that final ball, that final shot. That's what's missing. It's always so frustrating in those games. It's like you're doing really good things, almost perfectly. It's just that last bit, that last bit. It's all you're missing. But we'll take the helping hand there and get ourselves in front. Femi with a 2-in-2 as he skill shots it in. And sometimes when that's the case, you just need that little bit of luck. You've done all the right things. You're doing some really good work. You're just missing that final touch. Maybe you just need a bit of a helping hand. Certainly got it there. Poor touch. Win it straight back in the area. Roll it across for the cutback. Reading in front. Got to return to winning ways, man. In a long season, competitive season, when you do have a slip up, you need to bounce back instantly. Kyrie. Great touch by Kelvin. At the moment, I'm preferring him to Sam Smith up top, even though he's the lowest rated of the strikers. Wing finds him, and he should make it 2, and does as well. Bangs it in, top bins, and that is going to see us surely return to winning ways. 18 to go. Little bit of luck for the breakthrough, but really one of those games where my passing's been great up until that final ball. In the end, we leave it late. We'll get ourselves a 2-0 victory. Yep, undefeated start to the season, 9 games in, 6 wins and 3 draws. This is about as good as it possibly could have been. The question is, how long can we maintain it? Right, next up, League 2 Forest Green Rovers away in the EFL Trophy. I'll be totally honest here, it's a minor honour anyway, and as it doesn't count towards the objectives, I'm not going to throw it, I'm not going to lose on purpose, but if we do go out in the group stage, I'm not going to be one bit fussed, let's just say that. I'll be fielding backup sides no matter how many games we play, including in this one, but come on, you Royals anyway. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't be against trying to go for this trophy and trying to win it, because I've never won it before. In fact, I don't even know if I've got out of group stage before. And in EAFC 24 career mode, I'm trying to do first this year, as you guys know, trying to do things differently this year. And I've never started in League One before. This is my first time starting in the third tier of English football. And whilst in my opinion in real life, I think the EFL Trophy should be scrapped. There's just too many games and too many competitions, if you will, in the English football calendar. It would be kind of cool to go for this trophy, you know, for the first time ever. But, like I said, I don't want to distract from what is my sole priority, and that is promotion to the Championship. 1-0 down, 22 minutes in. I guess the best way to look at this is, like, if we can make it through, that's great, well done. But if we go out, don't worry about it, man. Bigger fish to fry. And the biggest fish of all is promotion to the Championship. It's a minor honour, there's no financial incentive, it doesn't count towards the objective, and so for EA, I will say this: if you want us to take a competition like this more seriously, give me a reason to play it. Give me a reason to go for it. If we get knocked out in the group stage and go all the way to win it, it doesn't affect our season or my manager rating or anything like that one bit. Come on EA, you've got to give me an incentive, man. Instead, I'm just going to keep on throwing out backup sides. We're going out, I think. 55 minutes into our first game, but yeah, I think we're probably going out. And just before we dive into our following game against Stevenage in League One, again, far more focused on that promotion to the Championship this season. So, that's that EFL Trophy loss getting straight to the back of my mind. That's a tease there with Cameron Dyer. Great overall potential, not great. Unfortunately, still waiting for our next man to join Reggie Bond out of the academy. A couple could be alright, but even at our low level, even with our poor finances, we still won the absolute creme de la creme. No exceptions whatsoever. Yeah, let's dive into our following game. Aim to bounce back here. Stevenage at home in League One. Just a 1 win in our last 3 in all competitions, but after fielding a backup side in midweek and our first team raring to go, yeah, I think I made the right choice here, because 3 points will possibly send us top of the table. Come on, you Royals. When you're working with incredibly low-rated scouts, obviously, as Mukairu fires in the opener, you know you're looking for a needle in a haystack, so to speak. But I still believe it is the best strategy regardless, because when you consider all of the players you're going to get throughout the course of a 9-month mission, and if you're doing that with 3 scouts, okay, fair enough, we only do that with 2 this season, at least for now. But even so, that's so many players coming back from so many reports. And, you know, how many times do you see youth academies that are absolutely stacked within career mode? Because it's just, I would say, quite simplistic to do youth scouting. So for me, even if you have a low-rated team and a small squad like we do, I still think it's the best strategy. Don't waste time on players who probably aren't going to make it. Only look for those that you know definitely have the talent to succeed. Creme de la creme. Stick to that strategy no matter what your club size is. Great cross the far post, that though, and oh, what a finish. Ben Thompson, he's one of our own. He's one of our own. Ben Thompson, he's one of our own. Even now at Stevenage, man. 1-1, and I didn't see him do that often at the Den. Great bit of technique though, and it's Ben Thompson with the leveller. Smith, Nibs. Oh, hang on, what's happened there? Harvey Nibs all the way. What's happened there? Did my man just pull him to the floor? Harvey with the finish. It's 2-1, but what just happened? I need to see that on the replay there. Nibs collects the ball. Oh, no, he just slides in. For a second, I thought Femi just dragged the defender to the floor. Goodness gracious. Nibs with the finish though. I'll tell you, man, out of all of our players to start the season off, he's looking like the absolute best. Came from Cambridge United originally, but this guy is a player, man, honestly. He's got me, I think, 5 or 6 goals already. He's a player. Here we go. Nibs to wing. And Lewis gives it him back. And out of, yep, all the players in this team. Smith, hold your run. There we go. Oh, he's at the bar. He's my best man. He's my main guy. But we do need a better striker though, that's for sure. Sam's got me a couple of goals. Kelvin's got me 1, but I mean, to be fair, I could always play Harvey up top. Right now, I don't have a clinical finisher as my spearhead in this 4-2-3-1. That's what I'm hoping we'll find through the youth scouting. A striker, because as much as we love Reggie at fullback, I need a striker. I need a striker out of the academy who I know I can rely on for years to come. Smith and Kelvin at the moment, they're just not it. As Lewis finds Aziz, but Femi will make it free and wrap it up. Easy money all the time in the world. And there is the dagger. This is why I did not mind losing in the week to Forest Green Rovers. The EFL Trophy? Ain't nobody got time for that. We're chasing promotion to the Championship, man. Back to winning ways in the league, and that's all that matters to me. Reading 3-1, massive win, and returns winning ways, staying in the top 2 automatic promotion places. Great win in the Medeski. Yep, 10 games in, 7 wins, 3 draws, and only behind Bolton Wanderers by a point. Great start for Reading, but again, got to keep it going. Next up, Lincoln City away at Sinkelbank, aiming to remain undefeated and in pursuit of pole position. Come on, you Royals. It's our home form that's been perfect. Away is where we've had the slip-ups. Derby, Oxford, and someone else. Who else do we draw against? Can't remember now. I'm pretty sure they all came away, but even so, being able to win consistently on the road is such a great hallmark of a strong team. And a unified side as well, but that is looking the problem at the moment for us, man. 25 minutes in, a goal down at Sinkelbank. When we're in a Medeski, I feel we can take anyone right now. I think our home form's going to be almost perfect this season, but it's when we go away. How do you travel as a team? You know, how do you travel? How are you on the road? That's a big question of a side in a long season when half the games are away from home. If you can't win on the road, you're going to have problems. Yeah, it's all well and good winning your home games, but they only amount to half the season. 50% of your games are away from home and on the road. You've got to pick the wins up when you travel as well. Harvey puts that corner just wide. Still 1-0 down as things stand for our first loss of the season. Reggie McKyrie through the gap to Kelvin. Let me play advantage there, bro. Come on, seriously. Even so, still down. 24 minutes to go, I think. Oh, great ball. Kelvin surely just couldn't pull the trigger. This has been such a scrappy game, man. Our best chance falling for a set piece. This is one of those games where you kind of just want it over, do you know what I mean? You've had no good build-ups, no good chances. Just get us out of there, man. Take the L and move on to the next one. You know, the good thing about losses, though, is that sometimes they can really help you recalibrate. Honestly, man. Like, yeah, sure. Would have been amazing to go undefeated for as long as possible. But now we've had that loss, we can put it to the back of our mind and just focus on the task at hand. And that task is winning the following game. Cheltenham Town at home. Come on, you Royals. In all of my years on YouTube, in all of the FIFAs and FCs I've played, in all of the career mode saves I've done, and all the seasons I've done within those saves, we are talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of seasons. Do you know how many undefeated league seasons I've had? 1. A grand total of 1. Don't think about it, man. Like, seriously. I know you want to do big things, I know you want to do great things, amazing things, unbelievable things, but sometimes it's best just to put that at the back of your mind and focus on the task at hand, take it step by step, game by game. Back on track, back to focusing on the task at hand. 1-0 up against Cheltenham, Sam Smith with the opener, 3rd of the year I think. That's a nice little ball through by Bindham, and now Reggie to Mukai. Keep going. Now be the dummy runner for me, thank you very much. And Smith should double up for us, and does. Hits it in, top bins, and it's 2 for Reading. Yep, back on track, but this is all well and good and everything, man. Winning at the Medeski, but on the back of that loss there at Sinkelbank, we know for sure that is going to be our Achilles heel this season. I fancy us to stay undefeated all season long when we're in Berkshire. The real question is, can we win and win consistently when we're away from the Medeski? That's going to be our issue this season. Can we pick up enough points and wins when we are on the road? This should be free. It's Femi who just couldn't pull the trigger, but this definitely will be a win. When we're in a Medeski, I think we can take anyone, but away from home, that's going to be where the problem arises. And so directly after the game, we got our first scouting report from America, and unfortunately, working with such a low-rated scout means that Yeah, we're looking for the next Marcus Hanneman, but I'm not optimistic, even with a 9-month mission, let's just say that. Right, let's crack on, man. Let's do a few more games today. Following game, we've got Exeter City away from home. We are still behind Bolton Wanderers right now, top of League One, but only the one loss on the board so far, and crucially, 3 clear of the posh in third place. That's my aim. If we go up in second, I don't really mind if it's not as champions or not. I just want to make sure we stay in the top 2 automatic promotion places. Exit away. Let's try and get our away form sort of a win here to start a run. Come on, Reading. It's always interesting to me when you see a young player that showed so much promise at a big club that ends up falling down the football pyramid as the years go on and their career advances too. So you'll notice in this game, playing for Exeter City, Spurs fans remember the name Tom Carroll. Showed so much promise back at White Hart Lane. Had several appearances for the senior team, played for England's youth setup as well, but unfortunately his career didn't go on an upward trajectory. And now he's playing for, I think he's actually gone to MK Dons in League 2 now. And you would have seen earlier in today's episode, Josh McEachran, who Chelsea fans will remember the name of. Josh McEachran was playing against us for Oxford United, but back in the day, he at Stamford Bridge was one of their best and brightest young prospects in a long time. And it's safe to say it didn't quite work out the way he or the Chelsea fans were hoping. But you know, I have so much respect for players like that who may never get to hit the heights they always dreamed of as a young boy, but still managed to carve out a successful and long career for themselves, not shying away from hard work, but doing it in lower divisions. I've got a lot of respect for that. It may not be what they dreamed of, representing England or whatever their nation may be on the international stage, going to Euros, World Cups, winning, major honours, Champions League, semi-finals, whatever, but you're still managing to carve out a successful career for yourself in the lower divisions. I got a lot of respect for that, not giving up no matter what. And just working hard in the Football League. There seems to be this really popular narrative, which is that if a young player that showed promise at an early age doesn't live up to all the hype that was placed upon them, oftentimes by other people, that it's simply because they didn't work hard enough. They didn't work hard enough. They didn't try hard enough. They, took their eye off the ball, so to speak, literally and figuratively, and focus on other things outside the football. It's not always that simplistic. It's not always the way. There's many other factors that come into play, including, a career marred by injuries or, external factors off the pitch which they're unable to control. It's not always the case. There are some cases where, again, it is due to a lack of hard work and a lack of effort, but in other cases, it can be quite sad circumstances as to why a young player didn't fulfill their potential. As Charlie Savage puts it just wide of the post. Not to mention the fact that some young players, quite frankly, just aren't as good as other people believe them to be, and their potential is actually just quite inflated. It's not actually as good as as some may say. It's as simple as that. So not every young player at a big club has superstar potential, Not every young player is going to become the next big thing in world football. Just because they play for a big club's academy, not every player has the same potential, There's Aziz finds Smith. We might be able to get a second goal straight after our first. Mukairu denied. As we still lead by 1. Come on, got to grind this out. Yep, not our best performance by a long shot, but listen, when we're away from home, I'll take a grind out 1-0 victory every day of the week. Big win and return to winning ways on the road away against Exeter. Let's do a couple more games. That'll take us to around a third of the way through the League One season, and then we'll leave it there. Yep, 13 games in, second place, and again, 2 more games, and that'll put us about a third of the way through the season. So let's go into it on a nice little winning run. Following game, back over to Badesky, Carlisle United. Come on, you Royals. Yeah, League One is just like a treasure trove of players who showed such great promise at a very early age. And whilst never managed to live up to that hype, were still able to carve out a career for themselves. You might notice the man that just won the ball back there for Carlisle United. I know my Bolton Wanderers fans will know the name. Josh Vayler. Josh Vayler, as a young man, came through the academy with Bolton. And as a teenager, was linked to some really, really big English clubs. In the end, stayed where he was. He never kicked on. He never showed, the hype and the promise, and never managed to become like a superstar within the game. But he's still carved out a career for himself in the professional ranks all the way throughout his 20s and now into his 30s. You got to give respect to that. You really, really do. So many players could have been totally demoralised and crushed by that and stepped away from the game. But when a player can still carve out a professional career, something that young boys and girls up and down the country dream of, you got to give credit. Did it end up being a fantasy dream they always dreamed of? Maybe not, but it's still better than 99.9% of people could possibly ever reach. You got to give credit to that. It shows tremendous mental fortitude when you can keep working towards something, even when you know the chance of you now hitting the grandest and biggest of heights has completely gone. I respect that so much, man, seriously. Sean Maguire is denied by Joel Pereira. Whether you end up being a world star or not, you can still be a star in someone's world. Players like, again, Josh Vaylor, Josh McEachran, I should say. Well, both, really, the McEachran brothers show you an example of that as Kelvin fires in the opener, left it late, but might well win it through Kelvin. 17 to go. Reading finally break the deadlock. Oh, good ball through by Aziz. Kelvin for a quick fire double. Bang! The shot power on that. Absolutely fantastic. And that will do it. A brace for Kelvin in 5 minutes. And Reading with another is going to be our third win in a row. And fingers crossed our third clean sheet as well. Great time to be going into a nice mini run of form. And how do you respond from adversity? How do you respond from your first loss in the league? How about 3 straight clean sheets and 3 straight wins? Yeah, it might have been knocked down, but bouncing straight back up and delivering a big blow ourselves. Massive win. And as we see post-game, Reggie's just got that defensive work rate up to high, so now we'll start working on the attacking work rate. Our final game today, Leyton Orient away. The O's taking them on, just gone top of League One for the first time all season long. 2 clear of Bolton Wanderers, but crucially, 5 clear of the Posh in 3rd place. That is the most important thing for me. First or second, I don't mind either way. Just got to make sure we stay in the automatic promotion places. Let's end today's episode on the back of 4 straight clean sheets and 4 straight wins. Come on, you Royals. Charlie picks the ball up. Reggie to the left. If I can dink it to him. There we go. Flicked on by Bond and into Mukairu. And Smith asking for it. Gets it. You know what I'm looking for, man. This man, Harvey Nibs. He is so good. Quick little 1-2. And the finish goes wide. As he should have added to his goal tally. Top scorer for us this season. He's a player. Like I said, man, I really like him a lot. And when you're doing an RTG, you know that only a small percentage of your squad are going to stay with you throughout the years. I'm already looking at Harvey Nibs, and obviously this man Reggie as well, as the top 2 I would say that I want to stay with us through the years. Mukairu, kisses the post to give us the lead. Wonderful strike. Reading in front, 22 minutes in. What a finish. Yeah, Leyton Orient obviously got quite a lot of rival teams, especially with London rivalries, and particularly around East London as well. I always thought Leyton Orient were a side who, as a Millwall fan, I always thought they were like an underrated rival of ours. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to put it, but like they're not the main rival, but they certainly are a rival team. At least I consider them that way. As Femi plays a great through ball, and Smith makes it 2. Wonderful little finish. And for sure, the O's are going to get beaten by the Royals in this one. Sam Smith's 4 in as many games. Reading are going to make it. I'm already calling it now. 4 wins in a row. And like I said, this is how you respond to loss and adversity. The lessons getting taught today. Everyone's going to get a knockback at some point. And when that's the case, just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, learn those lessons and take them in to the next battles you will have. Reading have done that. 4th win in a row. Definitely on the cards here. And it might get even better as well. Lewis Wing just couldn't poke it through. Yeah, I'm pleased for Leyton Orient, man, especially over the past few years. I mean, they went through some really tough financial times about a decade ago. Fell out of the Football League, went into non-league. For them to be back in League One with a couple of promotions in just a few years, I'm pleased for them, man. With the financial hardships that they were going through. Listen, no one wants to see a club go through really tough times financially and possibly face the prospect of going bust. I don't care whether it's a rival team of yours or not. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see a football club go bust, rival or not, man. So for the O's to be back in the third tier, I'm pleased for them, man. And onwards and upwards. Onwards and upwards. But in this game, it's going to be a onwards and upwards march for the visitors. Reading 3-0 up, points in the bag, and 4 wins on the trot. Yeah, we are. As Leyton Orient are back in League One, Reading are back on track in terms of form, man. And we're staying top to close the episode out. Great way to close the episode, this. Yes, what a win for Reading and what a mini run. The disappointing 1-0 loss away that might have ended our unbeaten start, but how about this for a response? 4 straight clean sheets and 4 straight wins as Reading go 5 clear at the top of the table. A third way through the League One season. So far, so good for the Royals, right where we want to be, chasing the Championship and promotion to the Championship itself. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Summer Career, guys. So big fan of you, hope you enjoyed it. If you had, then please do drop a like. Myself to you all, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode with more scouting updates and more games in League One as we continue our charge in pole position very soon.